We are starting the class 5, and I would like to tell you that Bill sent me a picture, what he sees right now. It will take me time to get it on the screen, so I decided just to show it to you in my phone. So very similar to what I can see as a background for our translators. I think we need to start every class with this motivation, like let's close our eyes and think why you are here and why I am here. You can do several exhales, inhales. Because our mind is wandering all day long like a homeless dog, and it's a good moment to bring it here and now. And think again why I'm here. Think about what is the reason for you to decide to listen to these teachings. What is going on in your life right now? And how this teaching can help you. What issues you want to get resolved. Which questions to get answered. And now think that you even can be grateful to all the issues in your life. Because here you will learn how to get all of them resolved. For you and for other people. And this is not an exaggeration. Go back to your breath. Open your eyes. Okay. I think it is a good moment to appreciate how extraordinary you are, that you are listening to these teachings, because I think it will not be an exaggeration to say that one person out of 100 millions is listening to these classes or something like that, or ever heard about these classes. And this is extremely rare. I mean, okay, maybe 10 millions, definitely. And considering in some countries, they even cannot hear anything on these teachings because it was not translated, maybe even 1 in 100 millions. And let's review what we have done so far. So class 1 was about the text, that is called Lam Tzu Nam Sun, Three Principal Paths, and the authors. This is the course that is previewing the whole path. And they say, which I loved, when I came to these classes, like they say, 3 principal paths. Basically, you do something like 3 steps. It's not exactly 3 steps, but basically there are 3 things you should get in your mind, and then you evolve. You become another being that in some traditions are called enlightened beings. In some traditions, they are called angels, Buddhas, etc. And this text, only 14 verses, they will teach you. And we do not go through this text. This is in your reading materials. You can read it, and you will have tasks for homeworks, analytical meditations to do, to contemplate on some verses in this text. And it will be very profound, I promise. So basically, this text teaches you how to get to this higher level of functioning for a person that is called an enlightened being. And then we discussed what is the enlightened being, what are, like, can somebody claim that within the weekend I reached Buddhahood, I got enlightened? Apparently it is not as easy, unfortunately. Would be great. And it has 2 parts, like Dharmakaya and Rupakaya, mainly omniscience plus ultimate nature and the physical part. And we were talking about how these 3 paths are related to reaching this enlightened state, how they are related to secret teachings that can help you to get all this paths done within one lifetime. Nobody says it is very easy, but everybody claims, in our lineage, that it is feasible. And then we were talking about who can teach you, what should be your teacher's quality, how you will recognize that this person can teach you. Then we were talking about who can study it, and what should be, what characteristic of the teaching that is worth studying, worth giving my time to, should have, and who can study, right? A person who is open-minded, smart spiritually, and ready to work hard to reach higher goals. And now we are starting basically these 3 steps of Lamrim, these 3 principal paths. We will go into details. And as you remember, path number 1 is renunciation. So why should we get it? Like, why it is important? First of all, it is very helpful to understand what we do not like about this life, because I remember I had a business person coming to me and saying, like, okay, you say that mainly my life is suffering. I mean, not mainly, everything about this life is suffering. And we will go into details in the next class. But okay, I'm healthy. All my parents and my wife's parents are healthy. I have a family. I have kids. My businesses are fantastic. Like, I don't have to work much. I have a big house. I have everything I want. I really enjoy my life. So why do I need to change anything? And honestly, these people are very rare in the teachings because usually the beginning of the path starts with a disaster, with a wake-up call, so-called. And yeah, okay, as of today, maybe my life is not so bad, but then I can close my eyes and think, how long do I think it will last? How many years I will still be healthy? How many years my family will be healthy? How many years my parents will be healthy? Am I sure my partner will not leave me? Am I sure I will still have my money in a couple years, etc. And interesting enough, in Tibetan culture, they would say that if a person was born in a rich family, had no hardship in their life, no challenges at all, they considered to be a miserable life. They would consider that a person did not have a fortune, any fortune, because it would never be clear to this person that something goes wrong until it's time to die. And it's kind of a little bit too late to fix anything. So I don't know, how about you? I know personally kids of very wealthy people who do not do well. It's a curse for these children. My son was playing computer games with children of very rich people, and it didn't bring anything good to these children. They are having a very hard life, despite or even because of this money. They do not see suffering, and they just burn all these good seeds they get, and they do not reinvest the good thing they have and they've got. So why? What's wrong with this reality? And you probably heard already the word samsara. It is written usually samsara, but in Sanskrit, if it is written samsara, it is illegal to pronounce the same way it is written. In Sanskrit, before S, it should be always N, so sansara. And people who are familiar with yoga paths, they know ahimsa, not ahimsa. It is illegal to pronounce this way. So some teachers, they may pronounce samsara because they have a strong habit, but the correct pronunciation is sansara. So what is samsara? What is, forgot about my slides, obviously. Have some. So what is samsara, and how it is related to renunciation? Why renunciation is important to the next path? So here is the definition. This is why I love this lineage, because everything is logical and everything is defined. Samsara is a condition of being forced through the power of karma and mental afflictions to take on the impure parts to make up a suffering being over and over again. And in Tibetan, it is korva. And korva is a word for cycle. So if you will hear in these teachings, the word cycle, cycling life, samsara, it is the same. It means that it's a condition when we take on ourselves over and over again impure parts, some impure parts. And I love very much this slide because it is actually a very correct representation, because what is meant by samsara is a downward cycle. Not only it's a cycle where you suffer and you do not control it, you are being forced to live to go through what you are going through. It is a downward cycle. Things are not getting easier. Things are getting heavier because we have natural reactions we will talk about later on. So samsara is a condition where we take on over and over impure parts. There is something interesting in this definition, because probably you understand if you have to take over impure parts on yourself, probably these parts can be pure. And this is what happens with enlightened beings. They don't have these impure parts anymore. They were able to completely purify these parts. In the why it happens, like what actually we have to take over, why we have to stay in this condition when we do not control our life at all. And this is because of two things mainly. First thing is our neon monks, negative emotions or bad thoughts, we can say. And second is because of past karma, past bad and good, past deeds. So we have to stay in this cyclic life and take over again and again these impure parts because of negative emotions and karma, past actions, past thoughts, past things we were telling, past words and actions. I think I should give a definition, even it will be in the future, you will meet the same definition in the future. I think I will give a definition of karma because it is so much misunderstood. We try to avoid with Bill as much as possible the word karma, because people, they think it's a destiny or something negative, or so all possible versions, but usually people do not understand the real meaning. And the real meaning, the real definition is karma is any movement of your mind and what it motivates. So karma, you can say mental seeds instead of karma, is anything you think and anything your thoughts can motivate. And what our thoughts can motivate, they can motivate our speech and our actions. So any movement of your mind and your speech and your actions, this is what karma is. That's it, nothing else. So basically, everything you think, you say, and you do creates mental seeds for the future. What is the like let's think about a simple example of this San-Sara cycle. Let's imagine, and actually it's a real life story because it happened to me. Let's imagine some lady thinks that she is very smart and she's yelling at her child because he is missing his classes, he's late to go to school, and she is like I want you to be up 7 a.m. I want you to be at school at time. Again and again, you're missing your classes. So who is hearing what she says? Of course, her poor child hears it, but also herself. I'm hearing what I say, right? You are a stupid child. You are missing your school, etc. So these words that I say plant a seed in my mind, and it ripens. Some seeds, they are very it needs time to get them ripen. Some seeds are really fast, like seeds of anger do not take much time to ripen them. So in 2 weeks, the seed ripens. I go to work, and my boss, he says, you are the most, you are a stupid project manager because you are late with such and such and such. And then my natural reaction is what? I am not a stupid project manager. You are a stupid boss. You do not know how to behave with your employees. Even if I do not speak it out loud because I'm afraid to lose my job, I definitely think that way in my mind, and maybe even I talked to my boss for 1 week after he called me a stupid project manager. So it plants again another seed in my mind. Then what happens to the seed? It sits for a while, then it ripens, and then what? Somebody else yells at me, right? Or another situation with my child, and they plant even more bad seeds. This is why it's a downward cycle, because natural reactions usually are wrong. It seems that I should react to criticism. It looks like I should stop angry people with my anger. And because I misunderstand how the reality works, I do not know that I plant another bad seed every time. So I recreate this cycle, and it keeps me in this cycle. Then when you realize that you are kept in this jail, then you get a wish to get rid of this jail. Until you do not realize you are in a jail, you do not know that you should get out of it. And I love the Matrix movie. And do you remember Neo when he first realized that the reality he is in is fake? Like he cannot be really happy in this reality. He's just, average, not happy, neutral. And then he realized that there is another real reality. So this is something I think this is what happened to me when I realized that the world does not exist how it looks like. It's like, it cannot be interpreted literally. It is figurative. When we see angry people, it doesn't mean I should be angry. It means I have a problem and I should stop it. I should stop my anger. So when you realize that you are in jail, you have a chance to escape from it. And this is where the next questions comes. We try, by the way, to keep it in the order because I think it will be easier for you to do homeworks. So renunciation is necessary to escape of the cycle of life because you understand that everything about your life is suffering. And if you are not convinced, you will be convinced at the next class where we will go through 6 sufferings of human's life. If you do not think that your life is suffering, you will just decide to stay and to take everything as it is. The contrary, when you understand that your life is suffering, you can think that other people also, they are in the same position. I mean, I suffer, I'm getting yelled by my boss, my relationship do not go well. I don't know what. Somebody I love died. And not only that, it looks like everybody else around me has the same issues. And only if you have renunciation in your mind, you can get to this second step, bodhicitta. You can get to the wish to become this extraordinary, omniscient being, able to help everybody else. Because you realize that everybody has the same issue. People have the same issue that you have. And I remember I was participating in one of psychotherapy groups. I was translating a French, very famous French psychotherapist many years ago, probably like 15 years ago or something like that. And it was a weekend class, was like weekend marathon in a village outside of the city. And I remember my impression, I was just an interpreter, I was translating from French to Russian, the whole thing. And I remember I looked at the group, like I spent a couple classes with them, and I was thinking, okay, this person I like, this person I don't like, this person neutral, etc. And there was a bunch of people I really didn't like. And during this marathon, because it was deep psychological work, people would tell their stories. I realized that people I like, people I don't like, they are very similar. Just they develop different characteristics during their lifetime to protect themselves. Some of these characteristics I loved more, some of them I didn't really appreciate, but all of them, they wanted to be happy and they didn't want to suffer. And everything I didn't like in them was protection, their protection against suffering. Like a person who was really selfish, she was alone when she was a child, totally left by her parents, and she had to support her identity and try to manage her life, and she was alone since very early age. So then when you realize that everybody is like you, then you think, oh, okay, it would be great if I could stop not only my own issues, my own problems, but wouldn't it be great if I would live in the world where nobody has any problems? Oops. And this is my husband who landed in Puerto Rico and who calls me as always. Probably he forgot that I have a class right now. Okay, so I told you already in Tibet, it was considered to be a bad luck when all your life is very smooth, you don't have any challenges, any suffering, and then you just die. There is a very famous story about Milarepa's disciple. Remember Milarepa, the famous yogi, who was meditating, started to meditate in Himalayas mountains, in the caves, after he was 50 and reached all the levels and got enlightened within one lifetime. So he had his best student, who was whose name was Gampopa. He was a famous doctor that time, had his family life, was very busy, but was very dedicated student. And it's a very famous example. Gampopa's life passed away. He was very upset for a while, and then he realized that it gives him a chance to practice, and he got real renunciation, like, yeah, okay, this is the final end for this lifetime. I mean, you cannot do anything with this stuff, right? Your body, if your body is not made of light, if it's made of bones and flesh, like you have a problem, because this will not last. This body cannot last. You need to do something about it, and it is actually very smart to take care of it first, because you will need it, right? To really practice these teachings and to get to the highest goals. So Gampopa first got upset, then he got happy, because he realized that basically that his wife gave him this gift of renunciation, of realization that this is how it will end. And his uncle met him, and he said, "Oh, my condolences. I know you lost your wife. Probably you are very unhappy." And Gampopa, who already went through the stages, you know, he was upset. Then he understood how lucky he is that he has this deep realization, this renunciation, that he's tired, nothing works. His beloved wife passed away. I mean, what do you hope to get here, right? He said, "No, I'm actually very happy that she passed away, because now I understand what these teachings are about." And it is also famous that his uncle stroked him, and there was a fight. Because he misunderstood that it was not out of disrespect, but it was out of like very deep realization that this life is really suffering, and this is how it will end for everybody. I mean, different countries, they have different attitudes toward death. In my home country, which is Ukraine, I think it's not bad, because people, they come to see a person who passed, and then there is a dinner after that where everybody has to talk about the person who passed away, and then in 9 days, same dinner, and then in 6 months, my mom passed away 6 months ago, and we will have a dinner on Tuesday for her. And then in 1 year, and I mean, people, they more or less tend to remember about death and be respectful and mindful about it, but it doesn't help, because they do not have any solution for it, right? In these teachings, if you will do 18 ACI courses, open teachings, 18 ACI courses, you will get already after 18 ACI courses, you will get an idea that they know what they talk about. McMichael, our lineage, people, they know what they talk about. And if you get to secret teachings, then you will hear more about it. So I would say that we need to take care of death first. And if somebody died among people you love, take it as their blessing for you. And something that Ken Rinpoche was repeating again and again, he said that samsara, this life, there is only one good thing in it. The time will come and it will show its face. Somebody you love will die. You will get bankrupt, maybe. A person you love will leave you. I mean, your partner may leave you. If this thing can happen, you have two choices, basically. You can be an angry person, disappointed and frustrated and blaming other people, or you can become a wise person who realizes that this is the nature of this reality and I need to do something about it. Moreover, I'm the only person who can do something about it. Yep. Maybe, yeah, and in other countries, I wanted to say that it is worse. I mean, I was living in France for 8 years and I have seen funerals there. People do not like to talk about deceased people. People try to bury them as soon as possible, and basically they stop talking about them. I think in the United States, it's very similar to that. People, they do not think it's a, they do not like to talk about death and consider it to be impolite. So here we are in the world where something is guaranteed for you if you have this body that I have. If you're like me, everybody has to die. Nobody wants to talk about it. It is very weird. So you've got renunciation, right? Or McMichael nowadays likes to say, I'm tired of people dying. I was tired of children getting sick. I was a pediatrician and I was looking in this, like, my department was children of early age. And you can only imagine, right? I was walking every day and seeing children of 1, 2 years old and younger dying, basically. Not because we were not treating them well, there was nothing you can do to help them. So I was tired, and probably you had this wake-up call. Somebody died. The war started, maybe. I remember 4 years ago, I was thinking, oh, McMichael is exaggerating. He was saying, like, you get lucky if somebody died around you, if you have bumps dropping on your cities. I was thinking, oh, he's exaggerating, he's crazy. And now you can see that the reality is shifting quickly because of our seeds. and we can fix it. And this is what we are doing here. Okay. So this is why we need renunciation, because renunciation is the basis for bodhicitta, for the wish for enlightenment or for desire to help everybody else. Because if I don't think I'm in jail, I don't want to get out, and I don't want to help everybody else to get out of it. Then it is very interesting because this is not from this class, but I think it will be correct to mention here that basically any living being has to go, I mean, you, an ant, a bee, any animal, any insect, any living being has to go through 5 stages to reach total and complete enlightenment. And stage number 1 is accumulation, and stage number 2 is preparation to stage number 3, which is seeing. Why it is important? Because we are now at stage number probably 2, all of us, and stage number 3 is the non-returning point. Remember, direct perception of emptiness. And it is very interesting because for lower scope, remember lower scope, the lowest is I don't want to be born lower than a human. Middle scope, I don't want to have this cyclic life at all. I don't want to suffer in the cycle of pain. And the third one, higher scope, is the path of bodhisattvas, where not only I don't want to have the cyclic life, I want to get everybody else out. So, and it is interesting that this path of accumulation starts for lower scopes, for lower and middle, with a disaster, a personal disaster, like how you get in your development, like here's your mind, or let's say moments of your mind, right? Different lifetimes, like it goes like that. And at some point on this timeline, there was a moment when you started this path number 1, accumulation, otherwise you would not be here. And for lower scopes, it starts with personal disaster. I mean, somebody died, my personal relationship didn't work out. I was investing in business all my life, and then I got bankrupt. Something like that. Really, that a war started in my country, you know, something real bad, a personal disaster happened. And for bodhisattvas, it starts actually with the moment I think, oh, not only I had a personal disaster, I realized that everybody else have this personal disasters, and I really want to stop my own and everybody else disasters. And this is when they enter this path of accumulation. Let's see. Again, the slide again, I will keep it for a while. Then we get to stage number 2, which is accumulation and preparation, sorry. First accumulation, we accumulate good deeds, and usually we change our attitude. We become ethical to other people. And then at some point, somebody comes and teaches you ACI, or a pen, or if you didn't hear a pen, I think we will do it. Basically, you should realize at this point that everything you experience in your life comes from your previous actions, words, and thoughts. And then it starts your preparation period. And then, very interesting, because at some point on this preparation path, something very important happens. You cannot be born lower than a human anymore. Like at some point, this knowledge that anything I say, I do, and I think comes back to me is so fixed in your mind, like you cannot ever forget it. And then you cannot be born lower than a human anymore. I think it's a very good, it's a major milestone. So then what happens? Yeah, I wanted to talk about people in churches, because we do not realize it, but we have now all the possibilities to study. In our teachings, it is called leisure and fortune. They say that there are 10 leisures, 8 fortunes, and mainly what it means, like I was able to be born as a human, not as an animal, not as a hell being, not as a hungry spirit. I was born in a country where ethical principles are still practiced. I was able to hear these teachings, etc. So, and if I do not realize that I have some special conditions, then I will not put this into practice. I think it's a very important point, because sometimes we have the tendency to think it is by default, like it has to be. I have some time. At the very least, you are listening now to this class, so you really have some time. I do not realize that in some countries, these teachings are still prohibited. There are countries where you cannot teach this. And I was born in Soviet Union. Any religion was actually prohibited, people were atheists. I was an atheist. You could not only practice these teachings, there would be nowhere to go to get it, and you're still more or less healthy. Yeah, okay, I understand. You have your job, your family, and other things. But if you hear these teachings, then you can do something about them. Otherwise, it would not be possible. And your life will not become better tomorrow. You have seen the downward cycle. If you don't do anything, it will just, you will get busier and busier. You get your family, then you get your grandchildren, people who want your attention, there will be more and more. Start practicing today. Don't do it tomorrow even, because tomorrow may never happen. Everything that we do, we should do today. And it plants very powerful seeds, because then you have these seeds that you appreciate what you heard, right? So I told you about the leisure and the fortune. The second thing is death meditation. And I will tell you what it means, because it sounds mystical. It's not. So to give you Tibetan of leisure and fortune, it's Delnger Dunche Nieka. So here we have two words in one, very Tibetan. Delnger actually is for two words, Delva and Jorva. And Delva is something like, it is actually more like freedom, I would say. And Jorva is fortune. This is about basically the possibility for us to practice. You heard this teaching, do something small, and ensure that you do it even a little bit, but regularly. And then it will grow. I can tell you for sure, because when I came to these teachings, my other teacher, Peter Mörtel, was teaching, and there were 15 people in the class. It was ACI 4, more difficult than ACI 1, I would say, about logic. And there were like 15 people. Almost nobody would do homeworks. Like people were just, like free listeners. And nobody was really serious, or almost nobody. And then it grew. It really grew, like to, now ACI classes, thousands people are studying and practicing. And 2 weeks ago, we went with my husband, Bill, to Diamond Mountain Retreat Center, and it was all booked. I barely could book the place almost 2 months before the retreat. It was crazy. What it means I'm doing a great job, because I can see in my world there are more and more people interested in these teachings. So, and even you have a little bit of time, you can still practice, and then the seeds will grow, and you will have more opportunities. I can tell that I have more capacities right now to do classes. I have, I don't know, it looks like my IQ is getting, higher with these teachings. I am capable of understanding more. I almost do not study Tibetan language, but it looks like I understand pretty well the text. McMichael with translators are translating. It's very weird. So your capacities will grow, but you need to do these classes regularly. Then you will reinvest these seeds. Second thing is meditation on our impermanence. And here, Chiva Mitakpa, it means that it's about death. I think many paths, they talk about this attitude to your life, like how you would build your day to day if you would know that this evening you will die, or tomorrow, or in 1 week, or in 1 month. Would your life be different if you would know that you will die soon? And this death meditation is actually not a meditation. You don't have to sit on a meditation cushion to do it, but basically it is a chain of thoughts. Like I wake up, I go to brush my teeth or to wash my face, to take a shower. And taking a shower, while taking a shower, I'm thinking, okay, tomorrow, 7 p.m., I will die. What is important, what is not important? What I will do and what I will skip? And the answers to this question will be different for you now and in 10 years. Believe me, it will be different. And maybe in 10 years, you will think, yeah, okay, my life is perfect. I don't need any changes. I mean, if I die today, 7 p.m., I'm already doing the best thing I can do. But this is a very good compass, you know. You will know where to go if you practice this death meditation. Again, in our culture where we do not like to speak about death, we do not have almost a chance to get ready to the most important, basically, event that we cannot avoid. And it is strange. I try to get my luggage when I go somewhere ready like 2-3 days before the trip, but it never happens, right? We have a tendency, this is very human, to have a tendency to do everything the last moment. And the last moment, what usually happens is I take too much with me, or I take too little. I forget my toothbrush, I forget something else. So the death is the most important event in our life, and it is just smart to learn a little bit more about it and get ready, and get really ready. Okay. Something that the most important thing you should know before you die. I think we will do 5 minutes, 5 minutes break before I will go to the next topic, because it will take probably half an hour more, or maybe 40 minutes. And then we will restart. Let's do a break, okay? 5 minutes, okay, let's do 7 minutes. So it's whatever your time in 7 minutes. Like I have now 2 minutes to 1, it's 1:05. So 5 minutes break for translators, and we will continue for more or less half an hour more. Okay, if you have questions, you can ask in the chat. I will take a look. Hi, everybody. Okay, let's finish the class. So, one more very important thing is the 8 worldly thoughts. And they are really important. I will show now the slides with these thoughts. And I think you will agree with me that it is really difficult to avoid. So first worldly thought is to be happy when somebody gives you something, when we acquire something. Niekur džun naga, niekur džun naga. These 8 worldly thoughts are going into pairs, like positive and negative. Be happy when somebody gives me something. Then the second one, guess what it will be? Be unhappy when somebody, when I do not get something. Majun namiga. This is the first pair. And probably you will think, like, what, should I be unhappy when I get something? It is not about it, but let's first do all 8. So first pair, be happy when I get something, be unhappy when I don't. Second pair, be happy when I feel good, Deva Junaga. And the pair is be unhappy when I don't, Majun Namiga. And here in Tibetan, it just says that, and when I don't. This is why all the negatives are the same. So be happy when I feel good, unhappy when I don't. Be happy when I get something, be unhappy when I don't. What else? Be happy when I am well known. Nyandrak Junaga. And the negative is, and be unhappy when I don't, when I'm not well known. The last pair is be happy when someone speaks well of me, and actually Tura Junaga. And the last one is be unhappy when they don't, when they criticize me. Majunamiga, be unhappy when they don't. Okay, that's great, but you will say what? Should we be unhappy when we get something, when we are well known, when we feel great, when somebody praises us? It is not about it. And by the way, these 8 worldly thoughts are, can act as a measurement, how you can measure your renunciation, because they are the signs that you are attached, in the brackets, to this life. What it means attached? It means I do not understand how the reality works, and I tend to be too happy when I get something, too excited when I'm well known, too attached to feeling good, too happy when I'm being praised, etc. Natural reactions are bad because they keep us in this tendency to recreate the condition we are in. Remember the condition we are in? It is called samsara. And it doesn't mean that now that you heard these 8 worldly thoughts, you will be able to stop them. It is impossible. It takes time and efforts and more to be exposed more and more to these teachings to do something about it. But basically, it's the first step to stop these 8 worldly thoughts, because now you will be aware of them. There is nothing bad to get something. There is nothing good to feel well. There is nothing bad to get something, to feel well. There is nothing bad to be known or to be, if somebody speaks well of you. But the issue is we misunderstand where all of this comes from. We misunderstand, we think that if they praise me, this is because I'm great. We think if I don't get something, then it is their fault. Somebody took my position or something, you know. I'm not thinking in the terms, oh, I'm not getting this higher position because I was not helping other people to get their promotions. I think, oh, I'm not given my position that I deserve. And with these thoughts, I plant a lot of negative seeds. Also, something that is recommended, like if you are just starting this spiritual journey, they recommend try to keep your mind safe, like not to get too excited when something great happens. You should think, okay, great happens because I planted the seeds. Somewhere I helped somebody. If something bad happens, okay, what can I expect? I am still in this cyclic life. If I don't want it to happen, then I should do something about it. So basically, these 8 worldly thoughts are a measure of science of your renunciation. And in the mind that achieved renunciation, there will be no thoughts like this. You will not have them when you will get renunciation, because all these natural reactions, they perpetuate this cycle, and we don't want it. They perpetuate all the problems that we want to avoid. You will not be able to discharge this bomb right now. You will be able to do it in future with better understanding of emptiness and dependent origination. But so far, we just avoiding, like being aware of these 8 worldly thoughts is like becoming aware that there is a bomb. I cannot discharge it right now, but I should be really careful, and I should observe my mind when I start doing it. Another suggestion, what you can do about these 8 worldly thoughts is to think, okay, I am getting something and I'm happy about it. I would like everybody to get the same thing. I would like everybody to be happy. Or I'm unhappy because I wanted something and I didn't get it. Like 1 week ago, me and Christina Kasika, we were going from Diamond Mountain to Phoenix. I was going to take a plane, and we decided that we should check the lottery out. Maybe we can win something in the lottery. We bought 2 tickets at the fuel station, gas station, and she didn't win. I won $2 as a result. And yeah, I didn't get my 100-something 59 millions they promised. Too bad. That it would be great if everybody would get it, right? And it's a pity that Christina didn't get it. Then this is a correction of these 8 worldly thoughts. Then in your career, I bet it will happen that you will have to teach a class or to help somebody in need, and you will not feel great. The day will come. I think I'm a champion on these days because before I started to work on my back pain, I would have my back pain every single day. I would do homeworks with other students and I would feel this back pain like every single day. And then you think, other people, they're not interested in my back pain. Yeah, I know. I'm still here in samsara, in this cyclic life. This is why I feel it. It is kind of normal for this life. And it is very interesting, like Tibetan doctors, when they will explain to you, or Chinese doctors, the nature of your health, like feel good, feel bad. We tend to think that feel good is natural and feel bad is not. But when they explain it to you, then you will realize that imagine a coin that is laying down, like neutral position, normal. This is sickness. This is disbalance of element. All of them, they're fighting one against another one. And then finally, the coin is flat. So the healthy condition, when you feel good, is actually, I don't know, would it better, you can imagine that it's a coin on a side, right? Like standing, basically. Or maybe just hanging in the air before it will fall down. It's a very rare condition to feel good. So it can help you to think about your health when you will not feel great. You will think, yeah, okay, this is why I should continue to do these teachings, because the purpose of these teachings is not just, stupidly feel good. The purpose is to feel great forever, total ecstasy, like better than anything good you ever had in this life, and increasing constantly every second. This is the purpose of these teachings, not just feeling okay, So at this point, as I told you, you cannot discharge this bomb, but you can stop it. Like you should be aware and careful. Okay, there is a bomb. I have this strange thoughts. Oh, great that I feel good and I don't care how other people feel. Or maybe you are not a famous person and you think, oh, this one definitely I have nothing to do with feeling good because I am famous, feeling bad because I'm not well known. But if you will be attentive to yourself, and maybe you have your favorite coffee shop or a grocery store, or some place that you just like to go. Like I have my favorite coffee shop called Backlot, 200 meters from our house. And I remember they changed waiters there. And I'm like a customer since I moved in the US every day almost. And then a new waiter comes and they ask, and what is your first name? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean my first name? Like everybody knows, like, and you may need a lot of sense of humor when you will catch yourself, on this. Like, oh my God, really? A waiter doesn't know you and you are upset. So you will want everybody to be well respected and well known, right? And criticism, if you will think about a normal day in my favorite jungles on this planet, like office, job, work, oh my God, you have the laboratory to practice these 8 worldly thoughts, and people will get jealous, competitive, angry. They will misunderstand you. You will get irritated. This is the time when you can practice these teachings. This is the time. And by the way, if you really want to do your to jump somewhere higher in your career, then the only thing you can make this jump is to help your direct competitor to occupy the position you want. This is how you make your career growth. This is how you do it. Because you understand these teachings. And I liked McMichael was working on one of the main practices in our lineage that hopefully you will meet when you will graduate from 18 ACI courses and you will come to higher teachings. And there is a beautiful, beautiful practice. And it is like a fairy tale, like fantasy, fantasy land. And you're going in this fantasy land and you have all these extraordinary beings around you. And I remember the story, McMichael was inspired by some Christian prayers that were created by one guy in 18th century. I do not recall the name, but I remember that he was saying he was an archbishop from Canterbury. Canterbury Archbishop. And he was famous because he really took Jesus' teachings in him. And people would say, if you want to attract attention of this guy, you should become his enemy. Because he has this teaching so dear in his heart, then he will serve you. You will get invited to his dinners. You will become person number one for him in London. He will serve his worst enemies the first. And he did this also beautiful prayers in English. People would think it was a Shakespeare, but it was actually this guy. So McMichael had an idea to find a modern Shakespeare to make out of this practice something really poetic, nice, like a novel. And he wrote to a famous writer. I was reading her books when I was a child, and I loved her books. They were like fairy tales. Probably you know her, Ursula Le Guin. So he wrote a letter like, could you please help me? I'm doing such and such, and I'm happy to come to you to pay you a lot of money any time, any day you want. We will work on this. And she answered no. And then McMichael sent her a big rough diamond, raw diamond, and said something that some diamonds need to be cut. And he said that she sent it back to him. And she died, not because of McMichael, but with the time. And I was thinking that it is really about these 8 worldly thoughts, right? We do something good to another person. We expect something good back, or just at the very least, we think that they should be polite or something. And we can get really emotional when they don't. Inhale, exhale. If you are still in the place called samsara, this will happen again and again and again and again, until you will really learn to serve your biggest enemies. Because this is the only reason why you will cancel them, how you can get rid of them. And I did a lot of this practice, a lot. I would really try to be friends with people I didn't like. And sometimes we would become best friends after a while, because it is not about them. It's about my seeds ripening. And I see people I don't like. Nothing to do with them. It's my seeds. And if I can expand my, expand my desire to help all living beings, to include these irritating people too, then you can expect miracles if you can do it. Then something good will happen. You will see them changing. I was trying to help as much as I could to my ex-boss, and I remember he was calling me every day. I was leading the most important project, and every day he would, Ina, come to me, and to his 3rd floor. And in my opinion, he would ask me to do stupid things. Some of them I would just cancel before leaving his room. Some of them I would not do because I would think that our clients will think I'm crazy, but I was really trying to be a good employee and to help him. And this is the only way you can get rid of these irritating people. Love them and serve them. This is the only way. And it's a very high mountain to climb on. It takes a lot of training. Okay, I think that's it. I think I didn't forget anything. Oh, yeah. If you didn't hear the pen story, please find the recording and listen to it. And I think we will start the next class with this story because it is very important to hear and to learn, to study how to teach it, because this is the moment when your second pass, remember accumulation, then preparation pass starts. So this pass will lock lower rebirth from you. Okay. Thank you, all the volunteers, all the translators, and let's do an act of truth before leaving. Please close your eyes and think of these 3 days you spent with us, and you are halfway through the course 1, which is one of the most important ACI courses, pre-review course. And if it's true that you spend all this time trying to learn this material to change your life, and if you change your life and you become this extraordinary being, then you will be really able to help everybody else. And if you spend this time with this motivation, let it become true as soon as possible. May I be able to change my life and help everybody else. I also like to imagine that golden light comes out of my chest, to all the living beings in all the places on this planet and in the universe. When I exhale, and then golden light comes back when I inhale into my heart. Go back to your breath, open your eyes. Thank you very much, and see you next week on Friday for class 6. And we will do questions and answer session after this class, after class 6.